Okay, so here is part 2 for your chapter test review. Again, this makes 4 total videos. So we're going to pick up with problem number 3. Problem number 3 has 2 parts to it, okay? So we need to find the line. Find the line through the point 4, -1, and here's the first part, parallel to the line y equals 5x plus 4. Okay, so this is the first part. So to do this, we need to use point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, your point is the x1 and y1. So 4, -1 is our x1 and y1. But the question is, where is our slope coming from? Well, the slope is going to come from the fact that our lines are parallel, and we have this equation right here. This is mx plus b. M is the slope, 5 is the slope, and since the lines are parallel, you're going to use that same slope when you find this line. So this is our m. So here's our x1, y1, here is our m. We are going to plug those numbers in. Y minus -1 equals 5 times x minus 4. Change the minus and negative to a plus, so that's just a plus sign, and let's distribute the 5. So we're going to get y plus 1 equals 5x minus 20. And then we'll subtract 1 from both sides. And we get y equals 5x minus 21. So there's our parallel line to that line through the point 4, -1. Now, let's go with part B. Again, I'm going to have to leave the screen for a second. So part B is asking, well, what about the line that is perpendicular to this line? Y equals 5x plus 4. Okay. Well, we still have the point. I'm sorry. We still need to use point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Still need to use that. And we still have this point 4, -1 that we can use. Okay, it's in the problem as a whole. So this is still our x1 and y1. But the question is, what is our slope? Well, now we have this word perpendicular. So maybe you think, oh, the slope is 5, so let's identify 5 as the slope, and let's use that. But you can't, because these two lines aren't parallel, they're perpendicular. There is another relationship between the slopes, and this relationship is an opposite reciprocal relationship. Opposite reciprocal. I'll write it down here. Opposite reciprocal. Opposite means you change the sign. So if this slope is negative, our slope's going to be positive. And reciprocal means you flip the number upside down. We can write 5 as 5 over 1. So therefore, the slope we want to use is -1/5. And I'll try to circle that better. So there's the slope we want to use with this point. Y minus y1 is -1 equals our slope of -1/5 x minus 4. Plus plus again here, distribute the -1/5. Y plus 1 equals -1/5 x, and the -1/5 times -4, put that 4 over 1, positive 4/5. Now, we need to get y by itself, so we subtract 1. So we have y equals -1/5 x. And now here, this fraction problem, let's do it on the side. 4/5 minus 1. Let's put the 1 over a 1 and get a common denominator. The common denominator is 5. Make this 1 become a 5 by multiplying by 5. Do it to the top as well. 4/5 minus 5/5. 4 minus 5 will give you -1, and the bottom stays the same. So it becomes -1/5 x minus 1/5. So there's the parallel and perpendicular lines through the point to those lines that were given. Okay. All right. One more question before I'm finished. This will be the 4th question I do. It's on house value. Okay. Very similar to the car problem, if you remember we did in class. So a house. is worth $125,000 in 1991. It's worth $225,000 in 2007. We need to create a linear equation. Okay, that's the first part. And then what is going to be the value? What's the home value? Home's value in 2012. So we have like an extension problem to do. Okay. So from this problem, you need to understand that this right here, what I underlined, and this right here that I underlined, these are points. Okay? They are points. Time is the x, and the value of the house is the y. Time is the x, and the value of the house is the y. So now, we will always use something, not just the years, but something like from this year, from that year. So let's go from 1990. That's the closest year. So x is going to be the years from 1990. That's our x. And y is going to be the value. So these 2 points are going to be $125,000. 1991 is 1 year from 1990. And 2007 is 17 years from 1990. 17, 225,000. Okay? So we have 2 points, but we have no slope. We need the slope in order to use point-slope form to create this linear equation. So we first must find the slope. Remember, the slope is the y's over the x's. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's going to be 225,000 minus 125,000 all over 17 minus 1. You'll get 100,000 over 16, and this comes out to be 6,250. Since it's positive, this means that the house is growing $6,250 per year. Per year, it's going up $6,250. So this number is our slope. So now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to use point-slope form with one of these points. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use the smaller one, 125,000, and the slope. So let me scroll down. So use point-slope form. It was y minus $125,000 equals our m was 6,250, x minus, and our year from 1990 was just 1. First thing we do is distribute the 6,250, so we get y minus 125,000 equals 6,250x minus 6,250. And we add $125,000 to both sides. And what are you going to get? You're going to get y equals 6,250x. And then when you do this in the calculator, 125,000, you're going to subtract 6,250. You get positive 118,750. So here's the equation you needed to use for this situation. So I'll scroll up because I don't need all that. Okay, for these 2 home values. So this would be the home value. Any year x from 1990, you'll get the home value y. So there was a follow-up question. It said, what is the value in 2012? Well, we need the x value that goes along with 2012. Remember, x is the years from 1990. So if you subtract 1990 from this, you will come out with 22. This is your x value, 22. So in the equation y equals 6,250, you're going to put 22 in place of x, plus 118,750. And if you do this in the calculator, you get $256,250. This is the value of the home in 2012. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you feel a little bit more prepared for your test on Thursday, and we'll see you in class.